Flager is back at St. Sabina. He speaks this morning for the first time about the latest allegation and his reinstatement.
Plus, keep an eye on the sky today. Severe storms are possible. Tracy is tracking when they could fire up and where they may hit on this Wednesday, August 26th.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 starts now.
Thanks for joining us on ABC7Chicago.com, Disney Plus, and wherever you stream ABC7. I'm Val.
Good to be with you this morning. I'm Terrell Brown. Let's get you outside this morning. Live look, here we go on an AccuWeather alert day today. And Tracy, it's not for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for saying that, Terrell. We're looking for the potential for any storms that could become severe, primarily in northern Indiana this afternoon. So we'll address that in a second. One little shower out there toward Hampshire. Our future radar basically has not much for us, nothing in Illinois, but in northern Indiana, I still think Valparaiso to maybe Kankakee areas south and east of that line could see a few isolated storms this afternoon. Right now, temperatures are around 70 degrees. Diane.
Talk about what's going on in Bridgeview. Chopper 7 remains over the scene of this very serious crash. Right now, we don't have anything confirmed. We're waiting for Bridgeview police to get back to us, let us know what may have happened here. Let's go right up to Chopper 7's picture. This is at 71st and Harlem. You see significant damage done to that rolled over van and also the cab portion of that UPS semi. Again, I don't know yet if there are any injuries involved in this or if there are. The extent of those injuries or exactly what happened here. The reconstruction team is now in place there trying to get specifics on what may have happened here. So Val and Terrell, I'll toss it over to you. As soon as we get some confirmed information, we'll let you know.
Got it. All right, we'll check again soon, Diane. Thank you so much. Chicago is remembering an icon. And Dolly Parton, who died at 80 years old.
A memorial is growing around Dolly Parton's Edgewater mural. Stephanie Wade is live at the with the memories being shared here. Stephanie.
Hey there, good morning. Well, not simply known for her music, but also her generosity, Dolly Parton fans have gathered at this memorial, this mural really, outside the Lighthouse here on Broadway. This is in Edgewater to remember the icon. The growing memorial of flowers and candles in front of the mural, fans say, is just a testament not only to her impact on music, but the work she did for decades off the stage. The 80-year-old music icon, actress, and philanthropist died Tuesday at her Nashville home following a brief battle with cancer, according to her team. Her voice was heard for more than half a century through hits like Jolene to I Will Always Love You. Parton was no stranger to the Chicago area. She performed at Ravinia back in 2016 and at Broadway in Chicago in 2011 on her birthday during the opening night of 9 to 5. A play based off her 1980s hit and film she starred in. She created Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, a program that has sent 300 million books and counting to small children worldwide. Just one of the admirable things she accomplished over her lifetime, garnering fans around the globe.
This was a woman who she spoke her mind, she said what she believed in. And she said it in a way that wasn't divisive, that people were really receptive to.
Dolly led with love. She led with kindness. She is the epitome, I think, of a loving person. And it's just really sad that she's gone.
And she will certainly be missed. Over in Indiana, Governor Mike Braun has directed flags to be flown at half-staff in honor of Dolly's passing. We're live in Edgewater. Stephanie Wade, ABC7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
Stephanie, thank you. And this morning, flags at the White House and across the country are at half-staff for Dolly Parton. President Trump ordered U.S. flags lowered for 1 week. Tributes are pouring in for the American icon. The Willis Tower is lit up in her honor.
For so many reasons, beyond country music, beyond movies, beyond icons, she was everything positivity. She was 80 years young. Like a couple of our callers had said, I was counting on her to be longer around than Betty White.
And we'll have more of the tributes from around here in Chicago for this American icon. And we're going to talk about it, too, coming up at the bottom of the hour at 7:30. Much more on Dolly Parton. That includes what she said about her health just days ago. You can find that all on our app and on our website.
The power outage crisis in Northwest Indiana is nearly over. 2 weeks after severe storms, NIPSCO says only about 100 customers are still without power. Last night, Gary Schools hosted a community give back. Families received school supplies, hygiene kits, snacks, and shoes. Organizers say the bigger goal was reminding families they are not alone.
What we're giving away is just support. And I think sometimes people get caught up on the things that are being given, but it's really about the neighbors and about seeing people come together.
President Trump also approved a major disaster declaration for Indiana last night.
Indiana State Police say the man who escaped ICE custody along I-94 has been found. Police say he got out of his restraints and jumped from a moving vehicle in Burns Harbor. That set off a search involving several departments. Officers found him more than 5 hours later. They say that he was cold and wet from hiding in a marsh. Father Michael Flager is back at St. Sabina. He is now getting ready to address the allegation that temporarily removed him from ministry. Evelyn Holmes is here with the latest this morning. Evelyn, good morning.
Good morning, and it's expected that we'll hear from Father Michael Flager today about his return to his position at St. Sabina Church after being cleared following an investigation into allegations of child sex abuse claims. This is the 5th allegation made against Flager in recent years. All of them were determined to be unfounded. Now, Father Michael Flager has been cleared to return to the ministry after claims that he sexually abused a young girl more than 30 years ago. The Archdiocese of Chicago's Independent Review Board found no evidence for the allegation, concluding there was no reason to believe the pastor was guilty of any wrongdoing. Cardinal Blaise Cupich accepted the board's decision, which was aided by the church's Office of Child Protection and outside investigators. As leader of the Southside Catholic Church, Father Flager has become a national figure in the fight against gun violence and also continues to have support from many communities. The statement from the Archdiocese had no information about the alleged victim or the person that made that allegation. Also didn't detail the nature of the accusation against Father Flager. Later this morning, it's expected that Flager will be joined by his attorney and will speak publicly for the first time about this latest allegation, the investigation that cleared him, and his return to the ministry at St. Sabina. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Evelyn. And thieves hit Brown Sugar Bakery for a 4th time now. Police say the bakery was not the only target. New video shows the damage from yesterday morning. Burglars smashed the front window and stole the cash register. Police say it was empty. The break-in is now part of a wider community alert. Police say the same group targeted 2 other businesses minutes later on East Hyde Park Boulevard. Community members are asking people to support the bakery by stopping in and buying treats.
Police say 3 men were hurt in a drive-by shooting on the west side. It happened just after 10 o'clock last night near Jackson and Hoyne, about a block from Malcolm X College. A witness says the men were outside playing cards when the shots started. He says he was lucky he wasn't hit.
They were flying over my head. And if I hadn't failed, I would have got hit. Man, it's scary, man. Scary. You know, and I just came by to get some book bags.
All 3 victims were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. No arrests have been announced as of this morning. A former CEO of Loretto Hospital has reached a deal that could keep him out of jail. George Miller is accused of taking more than $700,000 in bribes. Prosecutors say he steered contracts to certain medical supply companies. A federal judge approved a deal that would dismiss the charges if Miller follows the terms of a pretrial diversion agreement for 1 year. Those terms were not disclosed.
People in Kane County are being warned about possible measles exposure. The patient is an unvaccinated student at Caneland High School. Classes were remote yesterday. The school is set to reopen for in-person learning today. The Kane County Health Department has set up a testing site for anyone who may have been exposed. Health officials say possible exposure also happened at Next Generation Pediatric Clinic. And today, Mayor Brandon Johnson and CPS Superintendent Dr. Macklin King will meet with students. They'll start at Sin High School, that's on the north side. The visit includes a student performance, and after that, they'll head to Lakeview High School for a pep rally.
Work starts today on a $96 million flood prevention program in Cicero. The federal funding comes from heavy flooding in the summer of 2023. Crews will install check valves at homes. The devices let wastewater flow out while helping stop stormwater from backing up. Homeowners can get help applying at the Cicero Community Center.
All right, Mayor Brandon Johnson is expected at the opening of a new affordable housing complex on the west side. The former Charles Warrington Earl School has been turned into apartments. Old classrooms are now 1- and 2-bedroom homes for families at different income levels. The opening ceremony starts at 11 o'clock this morning.
Illinois State Treasurer Michael Frerichs is marking National Dog Day with a donation to Paw Chicago. The money comes from the state's iCash program, part of its unclaimed property division. A ceremony is set for 11 o'clock this morning at the Paws Adoption Center on North Clybourne.
Your live and local news is just getting started as we stream out loud this morning. Coming up, a round of golf with a bigger purpose. How One Chicago fundraiser is helping build community and belonging.
Also this morning, AI can save you time, plan a trip, and even surprise you in some ways. Ahead this morning, the smartest ways to use it and what to keep private.
But first, Tracy has your ABC7 AccuWeather forecast.
Good morning to you. Okay, so you see the AccuWeather alert banner there. Let's talk about why. Right now, we've had a couple little isolated showers, a couple around Hampshire, a couple up toward Fontana. Other than that, not much going on, and I don't expect that there will be this morning. However, Storm Prediction Center still has drawn northwest Indiana, northern Indiana, and back toward about Kankakee on east under a level 2 risk for severe storms today. Here's what I think is going to happen. We have a cold front that will be dropping through. As it does this afternoon, it will interact with an air mass that may provide a couple of isolated storms from about Valparaiso, Kankakee on east. Our Futurecast and several other models I have looked at continue to suggest there's not going to be much fanfare with this, and we wouldn't be a fan of it anyway at this point. But I still think there could be something isolated, Michigan City, Valparaiso, down to Rensselaer areas. But the bulk of this activity does look to appear off to the east, even east of South Bend. Average high today is 81 degrees, average low 64. Our low this morning is our current temperature of 70 degrees. Today's high temperatures will top out in those 80s. Once again, we're going to be watching this afternoon, primarily, Diane, for any thunderstorm possibilities.
Big changes coming to Metro's Rock Island this weekend. You will not be able to use the train in either direction beginning Friday night. It's for more work of that new Auburn Park station at 79th and Lowell. So a heads up there. Friday night is when this kicks in. It goes until Monday morning. Monday morning, you can once again use the regular schedule when it comes to operating the Rock Island. Again, that happens on Friday night. Look at the big picture, nice and stacked on the outbound side of the Kennedy. The inbound is very busy as well, but actually the outbound travel time is over an hour and inbound is a little less than an hour. So a little bit heavier getting out to the airport. The 190 is not backed up. The Ryan's pretty solid though, all the way through as well from 95th. There's a little bit of a break in between there, right around 71st, but it picks back up again as you get a little closer to the city. Let's go out to our tollways and take a look around I-88 right around Roosevelt. You see we do have a little bit of a delay getting onto Roosevelt, but that's very, very normal for this time in the morning. Tracy, just your regular morning commute traffic picking up. Back to you.
Oh, Diane, thank you so much. All right, well, they are teeing off for a great cause, the 12th annual L'Arche Golf Classic. It's Monday at Riverside Country Club, beautiful club. It's the group's biggest fundraiser of the year. Joining us right now, Mick Altina, Executive Director of L'Arche Chicago, and we have Anders Galbert, a core member.
Yes.
Thanks for being
you're
here.
welcome.
I'm thrilled to meet both of you. First of all, Mick, tell folks who might not be familiar with L'Arche a little bit about it.
Yeah, L'Arche is a community, first of all, and we try to create a place of belonging for people like Anders and people like me, where we sense a genuine sense of belonging in our homes. And so we do that in 4 residential homes in the Oak Park area, where 15 core members like Anders, who form the core of our community, live together with staff members. So we have 10 staff members in our home, and it creates a really neat family-like atmosphere. So it kind of changes that dynamic where it's client-staff, and it becomes friend-companion, and creates this really cool atmosphere where everybody feels a genuine sense of belonging.
Talk about belonging to this community, Anders.
I like with the belonging with, it's like family.
Yeah.
I like how L'Arche is family. It's someone's always around in the homes.
That's wonderful. And this has given you some incredible opportunity. You just told me you're a world traveler.
Yeah, I was in Paris, I was in Belfast. Last September I was in Portland, Oregon. The year before in Richmond, Virginia. I've been to Kansas, St. Louis.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Mick, tell us a little bit about the golf outing.
Yeah, the golf outing is sort of our signature fundraising event. We do it every year. It's happened for the last 12 years, and it's really been a catalyst of growth for our community. It's allowed us to design and build a home where Anders lives in Oak Park that's universally designed, ADA accessible, and really intended to allow our core members to age in place in the home where they reside. And so those kind of really neat things are only possible through the generous support and dedication of our volunteers who show up at events like the golf outing.
So Anders, will you be out at the golf
Oh
outing?
yeah, I
Okay.
will. A lot of my family and friends will be there too.
That's wonderful. So you've really seen the benefits from
Yes.
fundraisers like this
Yes.
to get out there. Now, will you be out there observing and
Oh,
making
yeah.
sure
Yeah.
everybody keeps their
Yeah.
score,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, my dad's playing in it too.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Is he a good golfer?
Oh yeah, he is.
Is he really?
Yeah.
All right, what about yourself? You
Yes,
get
I play a little golf, not as much,
but still,
Yes.
you get out there on the course.
Yes.
Give us some specifics about the golf outing, Mick.
The golf outing is this Monday, August 31st. It looks like great weather from your forecast.
Little hot.
Little hot, but it starts at 12 o'clock with a shotgun start. And we still have space for plenty of registration. So hop on our webpage, larchechicago.org, look it up, and you can register or shoot us an email or give us a call.
If somebody can't make the golf part, is there a dinner or anything?
We have a dinner in the evening that
Great.
starts at 5, and that has separate tickets associated with it. So if you want to just do the dinner, you're more than welcome to come and do that with us.
Just in case at the last minute somebody has a work schedule that they can't break away.
That's right.
It's lovely to meet both of you. I
too.
wish you all the best with the outing. and
Thank you.
thank you for sharing your story with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. All right, we'll be back with more after this.
Eyewitness News streaming at 7 continues after a break.
It is clear that some people in Rolling Meadows want city leaders to end the use of automated license plate reader cameras.
We ask that you terminate the contract with Flock and do not replace it with another vendor.
It was a packed city council meeting last night as people showed up to voice their concerns. Rolling Meadows has been using 10 Flock cameras since 2023, but the cameras are raising privacy concerns. Officers around the country, including our area, have been disciplined for tracking people for personal reasons. The Rolling Meadows police chief says the cameras can help in investigations.
Is this a miracle type technology? No, it's not. Is it a tool that we use in addition to other tools to develop leads in our investigations? Yes.
The Rolling Meadows chief said that his department only shares Flock data with Illinois law enforcement agencies, and the images are stored for 30 days. A Flock representative said the company does not share data with the federal government, including ICE.
Mayor Brandon Johnson says he has found a way to plug an $85 million budget shortfall. The mayor wants to refinance about $500 million in city debt and use some remaining federal funds from the American Rescue Plan.
These actions combined can close the shortfall while avoiding any layoffs.
Mayor Johnson blames the budget shortfall on a coalition of aldermen who rejected his corporate head tax last year and instead offered different revenue sources.
We had to take over the budget because he wasn't able to accomplish fixing the budget and making sure that we could pass one. And if you recall, he didn't veto it either. So he accepted the fact that the budget we put in was the right one.
The city council gets back to business next month. Also, Chicago Public Schools has rehired more than 300 full-time employees. They were laid off over the summer. Nearly 150 of those rehires are returning to their previous positions. The district cut about 700 positions months ago as an effort to close a $732 million budget shortfall.
It's a pup cup kind of day. Dunkin' is celebrating National Dog Day with a drive-through event just for your little four-legged friend. The chain is teaming up with Bark for its first Dunkin' for Dogs event. Pups can get treats, bandanas, and plush toys. Giveaways begin at 10 this morning, while supplies last, of course, at participating locations in Naperville, Darien, and Montgomery.
The Will County Fair kicks off today. It is Dollar Day, which means it's only $1 to get in, plus all carnival rides are $1 each. Gates open up at 10 o'clock this morning at the fairgrounds on West Street in Peatone.
Okay. Nice and affordable and fun. All right, still to come this morning, we have more of today's top stories, including weather and traffic.
Now, an update from ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. It is 7:23. I'm Tanya Babich. Police say 3 men were hurt in a drive-by shooting on the city's west side. This happened just after 10 o'clock last night near Jackson and Hoyne. That's about 1 block away from the Malcolm X College campus. A witness says the victims were outside playing cards when the shots rang out. All of the victims were taken to the hospital. They'll be okay. So far, we haven't heard of any arrests. A threat of storms has some of us under an AccuWeather alert today. Meteorologist Tracy Butler has our forecast. Tracy.
Hi there, Tanya. We've had a couple little sprinkles around the area this morning, but for the most part, it's quieted down. Currently 70 at O'Hare and at Northerly Island, 70 in Gary, 69 degrees now at Midway. Northern Indiana, kind of from a Valparaiso and Michigan city line back toward Kankakee and eastward, is where the most likely chance of a thunderstorm to develop will be this afternoon. Warm, kind of muggy out there today with highs in the mid-80s. Tomorrow, a return to lovely weather conditions and several decent days before it heats up once again. Diane with traffic after this.
It's starting the day with hope. Knowing you're in the right place. Having access to advanced treatments and the most experienced cancer experts. When you're facing cancer, it's not just one thing that makes the difference. It's everything. The big, the small, the unexpected that helps you keep moving forward. Advocate Healthcare. Cancer care that makes the difference.
Welcome back, everybody. We begin with a very serious crash in Bridgeview. In fact, the intersection remains closed at this hour. Take a look at some video Chopper 7 got for us a little less than 45 minutes ago. You see significant damage done to a rolled over van involved in this crash, along with that cab portion of the UPS semi. So really bad damage here. We're waiting to learn some confirmed information about any injuries that may have been involved in this, and obviously the cause of this crash as well. Back to the graphics we go. Fairly high travel times all across the board. Just getting word of a crash on the outbound side of the Dan Ryan right now. Sounds like it's somewhere near 31st. We're waiting for crews to get there to get some specifics.
Welcome back, everybody. Live look outside at 7:27 this morning. It's kind of a gloomy, gray start to the day. Tracy is talking about a chance for rain in some parts of the area. She'll map it all out for us coming up.
Hey, in the meantime, this morning, the Sox place Andrew Benintendi back on the bereavement list. So Nishida is back. The Sox jumped out early. Sox win this one 11-7. The rubber game is tonight, and the Diamondbacks stunned the Cubs in Arizona. A 2-run homer in the ninth completed that comeback. Arizona wins it 5-4.
One of Michael Jordan's Bulls jerseys is expected to sell for more than $10 million at auction. He wore it during Game 3 of the 1998 NBA Finals. The auction runs from September 15th through the 29th.
So he's got money, and then everybody who has his stuff is also getting paid.
Right. And they got money to buy his stuff.
To be right. It just got a big circle.
Right. Coming up this morning, streaming at 7, bad weather forced the flight to divert to Wisconsin. Well, one passenger says what followed was a 20-hour travel nightmare. She reached out to the I-Team saying the airline did not properly handle the delay. Jason Knowles investigates.
Also this morning, before you put AI to work, there's one thing you should never give it. On the way this morning, smarter ways to make it work for you.
And Dolly Parton inspired generations, and now artists from Beyonce to Eminem are sharing what she meant to them.
Streaming live from Chicago, ABC7 Eyewitness News at 7 continues.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Live look outside this morning, up to Chopper this morning. And take a close look at the screen here, see if you can make out what this is here. Tribute to Dolly.
That's fast. American treasure.
They already had it planned, all season's apple orchard.
They had it planned?
We're going to do it, this is in Woodstock, by the way. So they were already planning to do this season, and of course, now this honor has turned into
memorial.
Yeah, and it takes on new meaning right now. They said they're beyond honored to honor her and her legacy and support her beloved Imagination Library. And in sharing the news yesterday, they said we got to let folks know that we had planned this tribute to Dolly, and here it is. Something else beautiful too.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's stunning.
At the apple orchard this morning.
Yeah, I'm glad we can see it.
Yeah, it's another thing.
Don't have any weather problems around the area this morning. As for any thunderstorm chances today, Primarily, they're going to be in northern Indiana. And by that, I'm kind of still keeping this line about Valparaiso, Rensselaer, areas east, maybe as far back as Kankakee, and it would be this afternoon. But for the most part, I think at least most of us on the Illinois side have a dry day, Diane.
Well, that's some good news. All right, out to the roads we go. We just got specifics on that Ryan crash. It's on the outbound side. It's at 31st, and it's in the locals. It's hard to see with this camera, but it's just beyond. It's kind of where the trees are. If I could just get my clicker to work. You can't see it, but the trees where they are, that's where the crash is. So it sounds like it's in the right lane, and traffic is slowing down. It's in the locals, so just avoid it. Stay in the express instead.
Got it. All right, Diane, thank you so much. This morning, the tributes keep coming for Dolly Parton.
Stars across generations are sharing how she shaped their music and touched their lives. ABC's Danny New has more.
This morning, the world continues to celebrate and honor the life, legacy, and music of Dolly Parton, who has passed away at the age of 80. On social media, her 9 to 5 co-star Jane Fonda writing, "More than anyone I have ever known, Dolly will always be with us." Step on toes, it all goes. And longtime friend Billy Ray Cyrus, who asked Parton to be his daughter Miley's godmother when she was born, sharing, "Dolly recently sent me a beautiful message telling me she loved me with her whole heart. I will always love her in the same way." Please, please, please. In addition, we are hearing from many of the younger stars whom she also inspired. Sabrina Carpenter, who released this Please, Please, Please duet with the Queen of Country last year, writing, "The only thing I could say after we met was she really is an angel walking the earth." Jolene, Jolene. And another queen, Beyonce, who both covered and featured Dolly Parton on her Grammy-winning album, Cowboy Carter, sharing to her website, "I'm honored that I had the privilege to work with you. I will treasure that forever," and refer to her as a North Star. So the FCC won't let me be. In fact, we're even hearing from artists who never worked with Dolly or even met her. Rapper Eminem shared this note he received from Parton after his induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, in which she wrote, "No matter how complex your world may be, just know you are very special and touch people in ways you don't even know."
We'll always love you.
On Tuesday, many gathered near Parton's statue in her hometown, Sevierville, Tennessee. This included even some of her youngest fans who said they got to know Dolly through her nonprofit Imagination Library, which sent them free books every month. Since 1995, Imagination Library has sent out more than 300 million free books.
I got her books when I was young, and I loved it when my mom would read them to me, and I just remembered receiving them in the mail, and I loved it.
And Dolly started Imagination Library as a tribute to her father, who could not read or write. Before his passing, she said he told her it was, quote, "the most important thing she had ever done." In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
All right. So we were kind of talking amongst ourselves, sharing our favorite Dolly Parton song in memory this morning. So Val and Tracy and Diane all picked Jolene. Val also gave a nod to Dolly's remix with Beyonce, which is also great. I went with 9 to 5, and I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my favorite movie ever, still have it at home, Steel Magnolias. And I almost have the whole thing memorized. That's how much I love that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gracious.
Wow. God don't care what church you go to as long as you show up.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. That's right.
And the beauty shop, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the beauty shop scenes. Wow.
Yeah.
That song, Jolene, you just like, it's just so magnetic. It's in the story, and I think she had said it was maybe loosely based on an encounter that her husband had with a bank teller, perhaps.
Yes, it's a good story.
So Jolene is real. Right?
Yeah, like it's it was based on somebody real. But I just, of course, the way she sang it was perfection. But I have to say, I have to give a nod to her goddaughter when she redid it too, because Miley sounded fantastic when they both did it.
Yeah, she did sound great.
God, I mean, her services are going to be just jam-packed, and so many people paying tribute and honoring her, and I'm sure everybody has a Dolly story. Even our friends at GMA were talking about, she was such a regular there at GMA. I can't even, in Windy City Live history, in this very studio, we've had lots of stars come through, and we always said we would love to have Dolly Parton here.
Come by. Oh, man.
We've had Barry Manilow, we've had, I mean, former presidents, everything, but Dolly Parton would have been a lovely guest. Because she seems like she would be just the way we see her on TV.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Not everybody is.
No, I imagine they're not. And you have shared stories of it, I'll tell you.
That's right.
Well, you know, I was hesitant on if I'm going to say this or not. one of the things early on when I was a little girl that impressed me about Dolly Parton was her look.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm.
She was like the first person that owned that look.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, she's a bad,
the face, the hair,
yeah,
the bosoms.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say that, but I mean, it was part of her, and I just thought, like, wow.
Yeah, and she really did, and she looked great. I mean,
it was awesome, and
yeah.
she didn't. So we live in such a world where everybody's a comment about body and what you should do and shouldn't do. She didn't care. She did her, what made her happy.
Yep.
All the way to the end.
Look at her, all the way to the end.
Yeah. We're going to be remembering talking about Dolly all day today, of course. We're going to get a quick break in here now. We're back with more news right after this. Hang on.
Good morning to you, and it is a good weather morning out there. 70 degrees right now at O'Hare, 71 at the lakefront, 70 in Gary, 70 in Joliet. It's a little more humid in the area this morning. Let's chat about thunderstorm potential. You see there's a low chance. I really think most of us in Illinois are going to have a dry day around here. The focus is going to be in northern Indiana, kind of a line from Michigan City, Valparaiso, maybe Portage, and then down toward Rensselaer, maybe as far back as Kentland, and east of that line that has the best chance for any thunderstorms to develop this afternoon. Some of those thunderstorms could produce some gusty winds. Highs today in the low to mid 80s, and it does look kind of muggy through the day today. Tomorrow, beautiful day. Friday's looking fabulous for high school football games. Saturday, looking great. Sunday, we start to heat things right back up. Let's check in with Diane now.
All right, Tracy, thanks very much. Beginning this time around with a crash off of the expressways on the northwest side at Thomas and Austin. We still have fairly high travel times across the board with the Kennedy in either direction, roughly around an hour. Everything else, for example, the Eisenhower, the Stevenson, even the Ryan, less than an hour. On the Ryan, though, it is pretty busy. And here is why it's busy on the outbound side. Still have that crash at 31st in the locals, and it's really causing a very, very big backup going outbound or southbound. So I know you can't see it, but it's behind these trees. It does look like to me that they did push it onto the shoulder, which tells me that that delay that we are seeing, because it was in the right lane at first, should get a lot better now that everything's pushed over. So we'll watch for that delay to get a lot better. In the meantime, just tack on an extra 10 minutes if you're just leaving the house and heading southbound. Back to you.
All right, got it, Diane. Thanks. A new program is going on now for aspiring midwives in Chicago. The Black Wife Midwifery Collective and Kennedy King College are teaming up for it.
And the program creates a new training pathway for future midwives. ABC7's Karen Jordan shows us how it also honors the legacy of Black midwives.
Black women are 3 times more likely to die from childbirth-related complications. Now, a new midwifery program at Kennedy King College aims to address and reduce the Black maternal mortality rate.
A new program at Kennedy King College is aiming to put more midwives into communities where advocates say they're desperately needed. The college is partnering with the Black Midwifery Collective, launching a program that provides a pathway to becoming a licensed certified midwife.
The data from the Illinois Department of Public Health is devastating. It shows that over 90% of maternal deaths among Black women in our state were preventable.
That number is at the heart of the new program designed to increase the number of trained midwives in Illinois. Star August Ali is the founder of Black Midwifery Collective and says there are currently just 5 Black licensed midwives in the state. Ali says this groundbreaking program can help expand access to culturally responsive care to mothers who live in obstetric deserts.
This is the fastest way that we can get skilled midwives on the ground to be able to address some of these maternal mortality and these unnecessary deaths that we're seeing taking place.
Ali was the midwife for the birth of Rory Ann Cotton's 3rd child. Cotton says she wanted a midwife after an experience during a previous pregnancy where she and another Black patient on the maternity ward were mistaken for each other.
We were both African American and we got mixed up by the doctors. They came into my room to give me a C-section and they went to her room thinking she was supposed to be induced.
Malia Robinson, a mother of 9, plans to enroll in the program.
I see a need for families to have culturally competent care, and so I came to the program hoping to become a midwife in my community.
Students will complete 1 semester of prerequisites, followed by 6 semesters of core midwifery classes. College leaders say offering the training at a community college enables students to access federal financial aid.
Together, we are going to save lives, we are going to dismantle disparities, and we are going to transform futures through exceptional education.
The first class of the midwifery program is set to begin spring of 2027. Karen Jordan, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Karen, appreciate it. Thank you so much. This morning, the I-Team investigates an international flight back to Chicago. One passenger says it was a flight delay nightmare, which included several hours of being outside on an airport tarmac.
Consumer investigative reporter Jason Knowles has what you need to know if you're in this situation.
The passenger calls it 20 hours of delays and a non-stop nightmare. She's upset with how the situation was handled, but because it was sparked by the weather, the airline isn't required to issue a refund.
It was quite shocking.
Heather Fields' recent United flight from Edinburgh, Scotland was headed to O'Hare when it was rerouted to Green Bay because of storms. Passengers were hoping to get back to Chicago to catch flights to their final destinations. Instead, she says they waited 4 hours on the plane in Green Bay.
The bathrooms filled up, food ran out. We were able to serve ourselves water. There was very little information as to what was happening.
Fields, who now lives in Costa Rica, says passengers endured more delays.
We taxied to the runway. Almost immediately, the pilot announced that actually they had timed out and that they weren't going to be able to fly us to Chicago.
That's when she says passengers were instructed to get off the plane.
This ability to step off the aircraft, stretch your legs, use the facilities.
And wait outside on the tarmac for another 5 hours. One person posing by this picture of a plane on the runway. After being allowed off the plane near the customs building, passengers assumed they'd be processed, but were told no agents were available.
It became evident that United didn't have a plan for us.
She says United sent pizza, but not nearly enough to feed everyone. A new crew arrived and they were able to fly back to Chicago at 10:30 at night.
We went through customs in the international terminal and then everybody rushed to domestic to make whatever connection.
Fields finally got to Denver 20 hours after she was supposed to land. She says United Airlines offered her little compensation, only after she complained and sent emails. First $200 in credits, then it was up to $500 in credits. Fields says that's not enough.
It was really frustrating to receive a very short message just saying that was due to weather.
United Airlines told the I-Team, "We apologize to this customer for her experience, provided her with an electronic travel certificate, and refunded some of her fees as a gesture of goodwill." As for the extended stay on the tarmac, United said Customs and Border Patrol in Green Bay were unable to clear customers, but allowed them to deplane on the tarmac into a controlled area. We provided food and beverages, and after getting a new crew to operate the flight, it departed for Chicago.
We were not able to make choices for ourselves, but our basic needs weren't being met.
Generally, airlines do not have to give credits or compensation for weather delays. The Department of Transportation only requires a full refund if a flight is canceled due to weather or if you choose to not travel because of a significant delay. But in this case, the passengers were already in the sky when the problems began. Jason Knowles, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Coming up this morning, planning a trip or clearing your inbox. On the way this morning, simple ways AI can take some of the work off your plate.
Would you do a mic check, please?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, can do more than just answer questions. It can write emails, organize ideas, and save you time. It can even plan your next trip.
Chicago AI expert Jason Erkes joins us live, and he's going to explain what these tools can do and what you should never share. First of all, good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's start from the bottom. Like, let's say nobody's ever even touched AI. They're like, I'm not ever going to use AI. And they're like,
Which is a lot of people right now.
there are a lot of people, including my daughter's like, stop using AI. But if somebody is curious and they want to start, where do they start?
It's very easy. Go to ChatGPT, go to Claude, open it up and start asking a question. That's really the basic level, is asking a question, getting an answer, and seeing the difference between something like a search engine that in the past returned links to things versus AI that can actually answer your question.
What is the thing or a thing that you think it is shockingly good at actually doing?
Well, I think a lot of people are stuck right there asking that question. They play a question and answer game, and they're like, wow, this is cool. It can answer a question, versus actually having AI do something for you. Have it write something, have it do research for you, have it come up with a business strategy, have it critique something, a photo, a video, really anything, and give you live feedback and an opinion based on all the information that's in the AI platform. So I think people are really underutilizing its capabilities right now.
So for the skeptics out there, some people are going to say, well, it's not always accurate. But neither is Google, for that matter. I mean, you get mistakes. So how do you really kind of temper that accuracy of when you ask it to do some research, to trust what it's saying?
Sure. When I ask it to do research or ask a question, I always ask it to provide links and provide things on a factual basis so I can kind of fact check what it's giving me. Tell me where you got this information from in the question.
All right. Yeah, makes sense. For anybody that's planning a vacation maybe or a trip, you can use AI to do this?
Yeah, travel is one of the big things that I think is really surprising. The old days of asking, where should I stay from a hotel, or where should I go eat, and you get a bunch of links to restaurants back, versus saying, I want to go on a vacation, plan the whole thing for me. And you can see here, I went in and said, plan a 2-day trip to New Orleans, don't give me tourist traps, show me everything to do. And it really broke down where to stay, what to do, what to avoid, and mapped out a whole 4-day schedule, hour by hour, of how to get to places, to walk around, where to go for dinner, where to go for lunch, and things to stay away from, local scams to avoid. So literally you have a travel agent at your fingertips to put together every detail of a trip.
Now, I can't actually book it yet, right?
It can if you have agents, sure, but that's the next time.
One of the things I like it for is the creativity. Sometimes I maybe, have brain fog or just struggling with come up with an idea, and I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about this for a party, for a theme. Man, they can rattle off anything, and it's just suggestions. So
Yeah,
you kinda use
it's really endless. It's like having a team of people working for you virtually for virtually no cost, where you can have creative strategists, you can have writers, you can have a business intelligence unit. Really, for a small business or a person at home that's trying to accomplish things, the options are endless as to what it can do.
I have one more question. Because ChatGPT is free right now, unless you can upgrade and then pay for that. But at what point is it going to start costing us and we won't even have the free option?
Well, you have to remember, when you get something for free, you're giving something up too. And what you're really giving up when it's free is you're giving up a little privacy. When you're using the free platform, the default is to have what you put into it used to help train the model. You can, of course, go to your settings, your data settings, and turn that off, which I highly recommend to people. But when you get into the paid models, you get more bandwidth to be able to do things. And of course, you get encryption and the model training turned off, which is a safeguard I think everybody should really think about.
I'm glad I asked that, because I did not know. Did you know that?
No. It's a really good question, which before we let you go, the big question, what should we not put into AI?
Yeah, there's a lot of concern and fear about what you're putting in there. If you're asking for financial advice, if you're asking for health advice, I always recommend, blacking out your name. Don't put your name in there. You can put all the information that you want the answer back for, but keep your name, keep your social security number, keep very personal information out of it. You'll get the same response. Just use John Doe instead.
instead of.
But if you've already started a conversation with chat, hello?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You're good, yeah.
Well, if you've already started a conversation with chat, what I've noticed, it'll be like what you've asked for over here to left once you log in, and it knows you. So you can't hide who you are if you're like one of the searches is like. You understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I guess you're saying don't actually put your name in the prompt.
But
yeah, in the prompt.
If you started with it, like for me, example, I already got like so many searches for different things, so they already know who I am.
Yeah.
Right, but if you're uploading bank statements or if you're uploading health records or things that have your name on it, you might not want those documents to, appear online somewhere if there's a data hack or something happens.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, so go into settings and turn off.
Model training.
Got it. Okay, good. Appreciate this. We could talk about this all day.
Really?
We're going to get a break in here. Let's do that. We're back with more right after this.
Eyewitness News, streaming at 7, continues after a break.
Good morning to you. We will be watching for a few thunderstorms in northern Indiana this afternoon. That's why we have the AccuWeather alert there. I really think most of us here in the Chicago area will have dry conditions today.
Got it. All right, Tracy, thank you so much. Before we get out of here today, National Toilet Paper Day.
Over or under?
Yeah.
Over.
Thank you.
Front to back or back to front?
Well, we're girls. There's only one way.
It better be. Otherwise, you get the urgent care. That wraps up the stream hour. If you're just joining us, stay with us. We'll be back live at 8 o'clock with more headlines, weather, and traffic.